Did it send you? There we go. We're recording. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. Great to see your faces. Thank you so much for joining us. So tonight we are talking about getting back to basics and those pouch parties I've been talking about for a couple of weeks. I have to show you, and we're going to talk about things that are going to bring us some new business. And we have a lot of people joining tonight's call. You have to forgive me. I keep hitting admit when the waiting room messages keep coming up. Before we do that, and is there any major announcements, Cassie? You know I'm going to defer to you. Is there any major announcements that we wanted to cover tonight before we dive in?
Just a reminder that now that we're into April, there's a new Find Your Focus incentive that just started April 1, which is Build Your Scentsy Club. So check the incentive tab on your workstation for that. But yeah. Oh, they did a news article April 1st about the donation from the See the Good Warmer. And Direct Selling News honored Heidi Thompson. So that's pretty cool.
Yes, thank you.
Those are the most recent news articles anyways. And
one plug about that incentive. So be conscious of the 3 Scentsy Club subscribers that you have to get.
Mm-hmm.
The orders have to be over $50 after the discount.
And they have to ship in the correct time frame.
Yes.
For that first order.
And you know, it's so crazy. I woke up on April 1st with a new club subscriber, and my club subscriber is $35. And I was like, man, I wish this incentive was any club subscriber, not with a minimum, because sometimes they just don't hit that $50 threshold after discounts, but that's okay. It's still a new club subscriber. So I'm excited about that. But yes, so new incentive started. It runs this month and next month. And you can track your progress on the incentive tab in your workstation. We're focusing on.
Does it have to be new? Can it be a consultant, or can it be like somebody in your household? What's the rules on that?
This has to be a new customer, a new subscriber, for the first time.
Current Scentsy Club. So if I do another club, would that count?
I mean,
I've had club in the past, so.
I might have to look closer at the FAQ for that.
Okay. It has to be. No, it can't. You cannot have had a previous subscription.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Cannot have had a previous subscription. So, okay. So that is the incentive. And then we will have one more incentive period after this one. So this one will run April and May. We will have one more segment that runs June and July. And then that'll take us into August when we start the fall incentive. So we are in incentive earning mindset this whole year, which is great. How's everybody doing with the Lighthouse Warmer of the Month? I asked this question when we were just having our leader chat prior to this call, and the Lighthouse is doing well. It's doing very well for a Warmer of the Month. And so I was just curious, how's everybody doing? You can drop in the chat if you have had success with the Lighthouse Warmer. I think the average is, oh yeah. Okay. So Debbie Kuna 3, Mary Jane sold 2, Cassie 2, I've sold 2. Nicole, I think, had 2, Amy 4, Cindy 3. Yeah, that's a great Warmer of the Month. My goodness. Even at that price point, I mean, that's a more expensive, Warmer of the Month, even after the discount. So, it's doing really well. 6, Robin Martin said. Nicole, yep, 2. So great job, you guys. That's awesome. Okay, let's talk about getting back to basics and talking about this concept of the pouch party or the basket party or the mobile party. whatever you want to call it. Probably depends on how long you've been with Scentsy on what you call it. And if you have any questions, and I should say this every single Zoom, if you have any questions or anything that you want addressed and you don't want to unmute to ask, you can drop it in the chat and we will make sure to look at that before we end tonight's call. So any questions that you want answered. Okay, so if you were on last week's call, you heard me talking about, I think last week's call, taking my old testers and pulling out scents that are in the current catalog and creating little mini tester sets to get as many of those made up as possible, to get as many of those out as possible. And when I say I am wanting every person that I talk to and every person that wants to buy Scentsy or pick up Scentsy from me or place an order with Scentsy, I want them to leave with one of these pouches to try to go collect some more orders. And I want them back. If I don't get them back, I'm not doing a good job on follow-up. So some people will say, well, I just take those testers since they're just old anyways and just give them, give them to people. And if I get it back, I get it back. And if I don't, I don't. And I say, no, I want my pouch parties back because I want to be able to give them to somebody else to go do some work. So let me show you. So I had just bought, I'm calling it a pouch party because this is basically a small pencil pouch. And I took 15 fragrances. So I was able, with the tester sets that I have had, I was able to make 16 of these sets that have 15 testers in them. And then I also I only put 3 things in here. And the only thing that this is missing is the QR code for it's a sticker QR code for the front that will take people directly to my website. Because I just haven't figured out exactly yet. I think I'm going to name these pouches, like number them, and then have an open link on my website that's associated with the pouch. Maybe I'll name them something fun. That's more fun than the number. Yeah, like fun destinations or I don't know, fun party themes or something, naming this bag something fun and then having a corresponding party open on my website that the QR code would point to, so that anybody that ordered from this pouch, they would all filter into the same party link, if that makes sense. So in here is some catalogs, some order forms, and a scratch and sniff sheet of the new releases. That's it. So simple. So simple. And I don't want it to be overcomplicated. I don't want it to be something that I have to explain a ton. I don't want there to be so many things that the person opening this is inundated and doesn't even know what to look at. I want them smelling testers. So I made 16 of these pouches. And then I took, of the testers that I had, I matched them up and made sure that they were available in pods. And I put testers, a mini fan, and a pack of pods. And then the same thing, order forms and catalogs in this one. So 2 different types of pouch parties, one advertising. This one, I love. I've had great response when I do the mini fans because it's not a product that people know about and the price point is perfect. And so, so I have really great success by putting a mini fan in and doing a pod pouch party. But, that's it. That is the concept of the old basket party that we used to talk about. Janie, I see you. That is the concept of the old basket party, where you're just giving testers and catalogs and order forms to somebody to take with them and collect orders for you. They are your little employees and they're doing absolutely no work for you if they're sitting in your possession. The whole goal is to get these out and get these circulating and get these traveling around to collect orders for you. Janie, what are you going to say?
Okay, on that fan pouch, you give up 2 pods?
I did.
And do you expect to get those pods back? I mean, you don't know how long they've used it. You don't want to send that pod back out to somebody else, do you?
It depends. I mean, I mean, when I'll tell you honestly, when I've gotten my pod pouches back, no, I've turned around and sent them right back out with the pods. So
No,
I
what I'm saying is, like, what if somebody's had it for 3 days and they've had that thing going literally for 3 days? Then when you give it to somebody else, it might not be so good. You know what I mean?
it's still, yeah, I know what you're saying. I think that there's, I don't know. I'm kind of cheap in that regard. I think that I'm if I still think that it works, or if I plug it in and put the pod in and I can still smell it, then it's still
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would say if I had this pouch circulating for a month, I would probably then replace the pods.
And
If it was,
why would you take the mini fan versus the wall mini diffuser? Price
because
point?
because this fits in this pouch. Because
Okay.
the wall mini, you could do it with a mini fan. You could do it.
Yeah.
It's only because I wanted it to be something that somebody could stick in their bag, their purse, their briefcase,
Okay.
I wanted it to be something that was really portable, because I've done the big baskets or the big bags, you know, that has a full size warmer in it and a plug-in warmer. And I've done that. And the problem that I've seen, my experience, is that it's more, people are more apt to carry this around with them than carry in a big bag around with them. However, if you are, it all depends on who you're giving it to, who it is that you're giving it to. If it's somebody that's going to take it into an office and set it up for a couple days, well then yeah, it makes sense to give them a full size warmer, or to give them a plug-in, or to give them a wax bar, whatever. But in the case of just wanting this to be an easy way to just get these out and get people to smell some testers, I'm all for it being just a very simple, small, highly portable, you know, but you
I
can,
didn't get that. Could you try again?
no, sorry. You can, technology. It's all dependent on what you want to do. This is just giving you an idea of something that's very bare minimum that you can do, that really doesn't require a ton of marketing materials. It doesn't require a ton of money output. It doesn't require, I mean, you basically, if you have a mini fan of your own, you know, and because you don't have mini fans in stock that you could just put one in these I mean, you have your own, demo out your own, you know, put your own with this pouch party and let people test it out. So Nicole.
I just want to say, because I know this is something that might be overwhelming to brand new people who might not have like extra testers running around. Don't panic. If you don't have 120 something testers to make pouches out of, you can like cut up chunks of wax bars. If you just want to grab a couple wax bars and put them in little baggies and do it that way, you can just use this rub and sniff sheets and get the stickers and just put that in. You can get yourself a transition set of testers and break it up into like do 5 in a pouch. You can like do it in an affordable way. So don't feel like you can't do this if you don't have, you know, all the testers laying around like some of us who have been around and are ancient do.
Yes. Thank you for adding that in, because you're right. You can totally do one of these with scratch and sniff stickers, or cutting up a couple cubes of bars that you have in your personal stock to use. I mean, you really can use what you have, whatever you have, no matter how new or how long you've been around, use what you have to put together. Anything that you put together is better than putting nothing together and getting people to smell. That is the goal. I think Sarah asked in the chat, when they send back the samples, do they pay for shipping? That's if So I'm not even sending these out. My goal is to locally pass these out so I can locally get them back. That's where I'm starting, because I'm not even soliciting on Facebook for people to take these pouches yet. That'll be in my next wave. I'm challenging myself to talk to people and hand these pouches to people that I can then turn around and get them back from locally. Nicole.
Another thing that I would add, because I've done these multiple different ways with multiple different next best thing pouches, don't get caught up in what you're using either. It doesn't matter. You can put it in a gallon size Ziploc bag if you want to. Like, it really doesn't matter. But just use what you have, even with that, and get it out to people. I think you'll be surprised.
Yep. Yep. And so that is, Sarah, to circle back around. I want to be able to hand these out to people, especially when people that are coming and picking up orders from me to begin with, having them turn around and take this. They're already using Scentsy. They already love Scentsy. And maybe this is a really good in between from getting somebody to host a home party or host a formal, or more structured party by just saying, hey, take these into work with you. If anybody wants to place an order, you can collect rewards. Simple. And give them 1 week. 1 week. Because if you give them more time than that, unless they're collecting orders like mad, you give them more time than that, it becomes time isn't really of the essence. And you don't want this to be sitting in somebody's car for 2 weeks. You want it out doing work for you. I can only see like if four of you raise your hand, I can only see like the 4 of you that are on my screen. So you would just have to unmute and start talking because I can't see everybody. So I'm totally missing people if you're wanting to say something and you're not on my main screen. So let me just, anybody have a variation to this that you're doing? Any kind of variation? What are you doing to get testers under people's noses? Or getting scent or fragrance under people's noses?
Melissa, what I've been doing,
Yeah.
I got this idea from Chris Doyle Hill, whatever you guys want to call her, are these little square containers that you can get from the Dollar Tree. You can get them in a 10-pack. So what I've been doing is I've been putting my label on them, and then the scent of the month that we can get each month with Scentsy. And literally I've been putting 1 square, and that's how I've been getting scent I've been doing this for 2 months now. And I really haven't seen anything from it per se, but I've gotten a lot of questions and a lot of good feedback, and I've just been consistent. So I'll send it to them or hand it to them in their order, or just a random stranger and say, hey, warm this and then tell me what you think. So, and then my next step is to do the follow-up or to add them on Facebook if they're a complete stranger. So that's how I've been doing it, is trying to get the scent under their nose, or leaving it for like my waitresses or waiters, no shame in my game. I want to get it out there.
Yep.
And
And
I'd
remember,
I'm sorry.
nope, go, Wendy.
I'd like to mention what I did this past week. My son-in-law to be, he works at a youth home called Wellsprings Lutheran in Farmington Hills, and they're very troubled kids that are there, and everything has to, be by HIPAA. They have to clean with disinfectants and stuff. And the kids always complain that it stinks in there because they don't like the disinfectant smells. So my son-in-law has the Marvel warmer in his office, and a lot of people have commented. And so anyways, he said, well, I think I want to get some scents in here for the kids. We can't use wax though with them because a lot of them have issues and they like to destroy things. So I took 2 bags, the purple bag that we got at World Tour, and 1 other bag the same size. And I loaded it up with Scentsy Fresh, travel twists, room sprays, stuff like that. And, oh, and I did take the fan diffuser and some pods. And I was there 1 hour and 10 minutes and I sold $361 worth of stuff. My
Nice.
son-in-law got stuff like Scentsy Fresh and travel twists and things like that. They want to eventually, right now there's 16 kids there. They have the capacity for 80, but he would like to get the plug-in fans for each of the rooms, each of the kids' rooms. We also talked about doing a buddy fundraiser for the kids also, which I think I'm going to do a little closer to when Bring Back My Buddies come out in June. So that when each kid will get one, and then when they have new kids come in, I'll get a few extras so that they can get it with their welcome packet. Because he realizes how much fragrance affects the kids. And so he got all lavender, 6 lavender cotton Scentsy Freshes, travel twists. Another guy there spent $161 just for personal use. So I was in and out of there in 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they'll continue to buy.
And that was not even taking a wax.
Well, I took my wax testers
wax.
for that smell, a whole set of wax testers, but they didn't get through all of them. And I divided them up. They said some calming scents. Well, I put calming and fresh scents together because to me, fresh scents, that's what I like too. And I said, these are ones that I think would be good for here that weren't real perfumey or flowery for the kids. So I did have my testers divided up. So they kind of went on my advice and smelled the ones that I had bagged up separately. So,
And this was you getting in front of the other staff.
I was in front of 2 people.
2 people.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome.
And he was buying for the company. Well, now when he starts spraying this stuff around, other people will buy, just like my mother-in-law in the nursing home. She had a fragrance flower and I sell to them all the time. It's little increments, but I still sell to them. I just dropped off $26 to a lady tonight.
Nice.
So it all started with the fragrance flower there.
That's awesome.
And I did talk to them about fragrance flowers in the offices for the people in the offices too. So I kind of covered it all. And the guy that bought extra, that bought stuff for himself, he bought oils. He's got a diffuser at home, not a Scentsy one, but I told him about the premium diffuser. Is it the premium, the one that holds all the water? I told him about that one and he really liked that idea and that was more economical, but he bought like 5 oils. So,
awesome.
So I have some orders coming in still, but then I brought stuff on hand so that I could at least leave some things with them.
Great job, Wendy. Great
Thank
job.
you. Thanks.
Nicole.
So the purple bag from World Tour, I actually decided to get a little creative also and took a picture of myself holding the bag and posted. And I have to actually do another post for this month that said, ask me what this bag can do for you. And in the bag was the warmer that they gave us, which is, what is that called? Like diamond something, I don't know, but it's a cute little, perfect little warmer. And a bar of wax. And so when they commented, what I told them was that in the bag was the warmer, which at that point had never been used, obviously, and a bar of wax that they'd get to use, and a catalog and some order forms. They would keep it for a week and use it and collect orders. If they were able to get $500 in orders in that week, they could have the warmer for half off on top of all of their rewards. And if they were able to reach 1,000, they could keep it on top of all of their rewards. So my hope is that if people keep doing this, like it's not going to cost me anything to keep the warmer or keep replacing the warmer, but it's like a cute, perfect little warmer. So I've had 2 people so far have the bags, one of which turned into a fundraiser. And another one is just a party, just like a bag party, but we'll see what this approach does, but it's just another way of thinking outside the bag box.
Good on them. I love it. But again, what Nicole is saying, it's getting people to try. we have to get people to try our products. We have to show them what we have. We have to be able to demo or have them at least try out some of our products, and they have got to experience the fragrance. They have got to experience the fragrance.
I will also add that the person doing the fundraiser now is not somebody who's ever purchased from me before. I've known her for a really long time. We went to college together. She's never purchased from me before. So she's never really commented on any of my posts. She's never inquired about Scentsy at all, but she liked the bag. So she inquired because she liked the bag and wanted to know more about the bag, and then was intrigued by the fact that she was going to get to try it for herself. So
Yeah.
It hit like a different person than I've ever hit before. So you just never know. Like when you try different things, you never know who it's gonna trigger.
Or who's gonna see it at that moment.
Right. Especially with the new algorithms, right?
Yeah, you never know who
Never
is
know.
going to see it right at the right time. And what was I just gonna say? I lost it. Regardless, it was something that I wanted to tell you guys was, when is the last time, or this is what I wanted to ask you, when is the last time that you had a nightlight or plug-in warmer that you loaned to somebody to use for 3 days? When is the last time you gave a warmer that you have around, that one of the ones that you use, one of the ones that maybe you don't use anymore, one of the ones that came in your starter kit, that you gave it to somebody and said, plug this in your kitchen, plug this in your house, and try this for 3 days? Just let me know what you think. When Alyssa did it today, great job. And what did you, who was the person? What did you say?
Actually, so the story behind this, though, she had a warmer that she purchased at Target, and she's been having trouble finding a bulb for it. Every other bulb is there except for that size. So I had her come over. She's actually my hairdresser as well for the kids. So I had her come over and I had her pick one out because I was like, none of my bulbs will work. It's not a Scentsy product, and I would rather you try this. She ended up buying 6 bars of wax today and a room spray just for me giving her the one warmer. And she loves the warmer. It's actually the rustic warmer. So she absolutely loves it. And she's gotten compliments already. She messaged me a picture and she said her mother-in-law really enjoys it. And I gave her a book today as well. So she can
Nice.
spread around.
Great job, Alyssa. I'm so proud of you.
Me too, because I'm coming out of my comfort zone. I am so shy. And now I'm like, hi, my coworkers did not know that I'm selling Scentsy. And she's like, I don't even have a Scentsy lady anymore. I'm like, well, you do now? Me? I work with you. Here's a book. Here's some wax. Try it out.
Great job, Alyssa.
Thank
That's
you.
great. That's awesome.
Melissa,
Yeah.
I tried something different with my online parties in March. Because like you said, getting the fragrance under their nose, I had a couple that were stalled out. And so I talked with the hosts and asked them what they thought the problem was. And the answer they gave me was nobody wants to buy wax they can't smell. So I did the little coolers again and gave it to them with, like you did with the pouches. I had like 25 different random ones in there and some wax samples and a counter clean. And I went from 0 on 2 parties to 350 or more because they could smell them now. And that made the host more engaged because she said, I didn't feel like I had anything to do when you were doing all the work online. But when I had the wax, I felt stupid not showing it to people. So I started shoving it under people's noses. So maybe for me, that hybrid helped get the host more engaged too.
Yep. There's just, and the thing is, you guys, we know this. We know that when people smell our products, it's hard for them to not find something that they like. We know it. It's just getting ourselves from the point of knowing it to the point of doing it. That is really what it comes down to, because we know it. We just need more people trying out the products we already have on hand. It's not you having to go purchase a bunch of Scentsy so that you can loan it out. It is loaning the warmer that's on your kitchen counter to somebody else and getting them to try it for a couple days. And even if it's outside of your comfort zone to ask somebody to plug it in their house and try it, just say, I just want your feedback on this new scent that came out. I just want your feedback. How do you, whatever you're comfortable saying, I want your feedback on this new fragrance. I want you plug this in your kitchen. I want to know where can you smell it in your house? How far do you think that it, could you smell it upstairs? Could you smell it in the other room? You're just trying to collect information, but really you want and need people to experience it. They need to experience Scentsy firsthand in their own spaces, in their own environments, loan the products out. And people have to smell the products in order to find something that they like and want to purchase.
Melissa, I
Yeah.
have to add to that. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
see me or not. Anyways, I do that a lot, and I will say, I have a new product and I want you to be a test panel for me. And I want your honest opinion, even if you hate it. I want your honest opinion. I'll give them a bottle of Counter Clean. I'll say, use it on anything you want, from your tennis shoes to your stainless steel, and tell me what you like and what you didn't like about it, because that's the only way I'm going to know whether or not I am going to purchase this and speak highly of it. I did that with the fragrance flower when it came out. I always pick like 3 people. If I really like the travel twist, I pick 3 people that I know would give me their brutally honest opinion. But then when I want somebody to try something new that they haven't tried, I hit them with it. Like the laundry products. I want to make sure, I want your opinion, because I can't use it on my skin. And that's true, I can't. However, I have been able to lately. But I use the words test panel, and they like that.
Yep. Who else wants to share? What are you doing to get people testing the products? What are you doing to get people smelling the fragrances? Melissa, I took a wall fan to work to help freshen up our exam rooms after heavy smokes or pot uses. It refreshes the room in under 5 minutes. I end up with a party out of it. That's fantastic.
So I've got a vendor fair coming up here in a few weeks that I'm doing for Bomb Party, but I'm going to take my bag of testers, and I've got QR codes made up for my Bomb Party page and my Scentsy page that I'm going to have sitting there on the table. And I've got a spreadsheet that's got like 3 columns: like it, love it, gotta have it. And I'm gonna have my testers there, and they're gonna have this spreadsheet, because how many times have you done this and you smell something and you really liked it, and then you get home to place an order and you can't remember what the name of it was? But I'm gonna let them keep this spreadsheet and smell these testers. And when they go through it, they can mark on there whether it's something they like, they love, or they've got to have this. And then next time when they go to place an order and they don't know what they want to get, they'll have the spreadsheet to look back on and go, oh yeah, I wanted this one and this one and this one.
Yep. Genius. Absolutely. Send them away with something, since they're going to be able to smell right then and there. Mark them so they remember in the future. I love it. Cassie, you can come on and talk.
Isaac just walked into the kitchen, so
Sorry.
so I have a customer that uses the Scentsy Go and uses wax warmers too. But she said now that it's the new catalog, she said, well, I want to smell the testers so I can have my pods and my wax in the same scent.
And she's been a customer on and off for a while, so I trust her to have my full tester set bag. So I'm going to talk to her about keeping it for the week and then to see if she'd be interested in bringing it to her work and, sharing it around, and see if we can try to turn it into more than just one order for her personally and get others too, especially with the holiday weekend coming up, people seeing family for Easter. Could be a good couple days to reach out to folks to see if they'd be interested in taking a little pouch party over the holidays or whatever too.
Great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Cass.
Yeah.
Megan, I can't get to what you put in the chat because I can't get to the chat, but if you want to unmute and tell us.
I just put in there that I've had a fragrance flower in the women's bathroom at work for a while now, but I added one to the men's bathroom because I actually had like guy coworkers asking me about them and actually buying them off me. And so I ended up adding them to the men's bathroom. I just put my QR code obviously on the actual like fragrance flower. And then in the women's bathroom, I do have my business cards too. But then when I was just down in Florida, I put a fragrance flower in, like they have like pools, like at my mom's like condo place, they have like not like just for the condo area, there are pools for them. And I threw a couple of fragrance flowers in each of those too. So with QR codes and my business cards. So hopefully then I'll be able to reach some people in Florida.
Demoing. I love it. Thanks, Megan. All right. Anybody else before we wrap up and I turn it over to Rand? I remembered.
I'll speak up really quick. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
I'm multitasking, so that's why I've kind of been silent. So I kind of took a big leap. I let someone borrow my air purifier. Now she is one of my, I don't give that away free willing. Like I trust her, but she got a new house and she's been talking about for a while about wanting to try an air purifier. And so she lives like a few blocks away from me and she came and picked it up one day. I was like, there you go. And I literally said what you said, Melissa, like, give me your feedback, good or bad. I just want to know how you like it, what room you like, what room you like to use it in, move it around different rooms. Cause she already uses pods. So I'm just like, try it out, see what you think. And so I just messaged her tonight because I was like, give me your feedback. I want to hear. And then my other bestie, she has a son who deals with like bad allergies. And I was like, I cannot make medical claims. I can't do it. But wants to look into a purifier to see if maybe that will help him a little bit. And so I said, you can borrow, I'll bring it to work and you can borrow it. So I don't know what got into me that I'm letting this happen, but it's because I literally trust those two people like none other. That's why I'm letting them borrow it. So, but we'll see.
I love it.
And it's so new for me. That's not me. I don't offer like, I don't do that, but I'm trying.
There's something though that is a little bit more comfortable to asking somebody just to borrow it or do you want borrow mine, test it out, and for no other reason than I want your feedback on it. There's something that is a little bit more comfortable. And if either of them come back and want to purchase the air purifier, you have to ask them if they know anybody else that might want to order any Scentsy so that you can try and get their air purifier for half off. You're doing them that service of saying, listen, I know that you want this, but I don't want you to pay full price for it. And the way that you don't pay full price for it is there anybody that you know that we can collect some more, put together some orders so that, and all of a sudden your air purifier sale might turn into more orders than just an air purifier. So,
or maybe Rachel. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope. Go, Nicole.
I was just going to say, maybe Rachel, maybe you don't trust a lot of people, but you trust them wholeheartedly. So maybe you ask them if there's somebody that they really trust who might want to try the air purifier for a few days. And then you can do like you can get 2 air purifiers. That's like a $500 party. And then there's,
I do
Yeah.
have okay, so what would I do? Okay, so for those, and like I said, I've kind of, my volume's been down a little bit, so forgive me if someone addressed this, but has anybody ever lent something out and it come back not functioning how it should? Maybe it doesn't look how it should, maybe it works a little differently. Like, has that, or like it's been damaged? Has that ever happened? I don't think it will, but like, has that ever happened? I guess what would I do if I continue to maybe take that advice?
Well, I guess you have to consider the type of product we're talking about, right? So have I loaned a warmer and it's come back chipped? Yeah, it's happened. But with an air purifier, I mean, unless they drop it or, you know, and if it comes back and it's not sounding right, or it's not, something like that, that's a call to Scentsy to say, hey, something is off. Something's not, you have to consider the product that you're loaning on, because yeah, you loan a ceramic warmer, there's potential that it's going to get dropped or broken, but you loan the air purifier, it could come back with a low hum. I don't know. I mean, has it happened? Sure it has. Sure it has. And you just kind of deal with it on a case by case basis, depending on the product. All right. Rand, take it away.
All right. I'll never get his name from here. Okay, let me go.
And while you're drawing, I just want to say, you guys, I posted on Together We Scent last week, after the Tuesday night call, for you guys to share your marketing with QR codes. And the last time I went and looked, I think like 2 people had shared QR codes in marketing. And so if you just forgot to do it, or you have QR code marketing, I'll bump that post again so that you can share, but please drop your digital files or pictures of your QR code marketing in that post. Okay, thank you. Rand, go.
Kristen Simpson.
Oh, yay. Kristen Simpson. Awesome. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. And let's loan products. Let's get wax and fragrance under people's noses, and let's make great things happen. Okay. Happy Tuesday night. See you guys later.